I was halfway through my night shift, the kind that drags your bones into silence and makes every second stretch endlessly, when the call came in, Code 3 critical. At first, I didn't register what it meant. Names flashed through the radio, sliced into the hum of the hospital like bullets. My wife, my son, my brother. I don't remember my feet touching the ground as I ran, the hallway melting into a blur beneath flickering fluorescent lights that felt like a bad omen. Then I saw them. They lay motionless, stained with blood, their breaths shallow, faces pale and unconscious. A doctor stepped in front of me, his calm eyes betraying the tremble in his hands. "You can't see them yet," he said softly. In that moment, I was stripped of everything that defined me. I was no longer a husband, no longer a father. I was something primal, clawing desperately for reason, for answers. "Why?" I asked, my voice barely my own. He looked away, his gaze heavy with sorrow. "The police will explain everything once they arrive." That was the moment my heart stopped pretending it was whole. We met in med school, both of us weary and ambitious, bound by long nights and shared loneliness. It was easy to fall for someone who understood sacrifice without needing words. We built a life out of small rituals, early morning coffees, synchronized calendars, emergency room war stories whispered between shifts. After our son was born, she gave up her residency, promising she wanted to be present. I believed her. My brother Nate was a wild card, the free spirit always chasing the next escape, in and out of jobs, relationships, even countries. I bailed him out more than once, helped pay off debts, brought him into our home when he promised he wanted to start fresh. I thought I was doing the right thing, until I noticed the way she smiled when he was around, the way her eyes lingered on him in the kitchen. I told myself it was nothing, just paranoia, but the signs piled up quietly until they became impossible to ignore. Her phone faced down more often, laughter abruptly cutting off when I walked in, a slight hesitation in her voice whenever she mentioned Nate, just a little too warm, a little too soft. One night, I woke to whisper voices outside the bedroom door, her voice and his. I didn't move. I just listened. "You think he suspects?" she whispered. "No," came the low reply. "He trusts me too much." The silence that followed spoke louder than any confession. I didn't leave. I didn't scream. I started gathering evidence, quiet, patient, calculating. Revenge is not fury. It's endurance. I began with her phone, accessing her backups through my old Apple ID, watching their messages spill out like poison. Photos, plans, jokes about my night shifts. I archived everything without flinching. Nate's past wasn't clean either. Old charges expunged but not forgotten. I dug deeper and found a business account registered under a fake address, tied to fraud. I hired a private investigator, methodical, discreet. He found motel receipts, video footage, including one chilling clip of them leaving a motel room with our son in tow. Step 1, custody. I filed, citing evidence of instability and endangerment. My lawyer was relentless. The judge saw exactly what needed to be seen. She lost partial custody. Step 2, exposure. I anonymously sent the footage and financial records to her licensing board. An ethical misconduct investigation was launched. Her application for reinstatement was denied. Step 3, my brother. I handed over fraud evidence to police through a concerned citizen report. They opened an investigation. His account were frozen, his freedom restricted. But none of that was the real checkmate. I rewrote my will, removed her entirely, ensured everything would go to our son. Then I sent her the papers, with a single line, "This is the only part of me you ever truly cared about." When they were wheeled into the hospital that night, I already knew what had happened. Not the exact details, but the path they'd been racing down. She was behind the wheel, Nate in the passenger seat, our son in the back. Speed, alcohol, a storm raging outside. She lost control. 3 bodies, 1 car, one secret shattered by steel and glass. The police arrived hours later. I sat on the cold bench outside the trauma bay, my scrubs soaked in blood, maybe mine, maybe theirs. They confirmed what I already knew. Vehicular negligence, alcohol in her system, charges pending. Our son had a broken arm and a mild concussion. He would survive. Nate was in a coma. She woke up, handcuffed to the hospital bed. I never visited her. Not once. She called. She cried through voicemails, begging, apologizing, saying she was lost, that she still loved me. I sent one response, a copy of the divorce decree, signed. My son's eyes ask questions he's too young to form. I answer with presence, not words. I take him to school, to therapy, to the park. We rebuild brick by brick. She lost her license. Nate lost his freedom. They lost the comfort of my silence. I didn't raise my voice. I raised the truth. The night she was sentenced, I sat in the back of the courtroom. She didn't look at me or anyone. The judge called her reckless. I called her forgotten. People ask how I stayed so calm. Simple. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. But when they show your child who they are, make sure that memory never becomes a mirror. I was a husband, a brother, a father. Now, I'm just a man who remembered his worth and reminded them of it one quiet, deliberate cut at a time.